Hey everybody out there, it's Alabama Deep and coming back at you. Okay, so today we are working on a customer's watch. It's been a build coming in the process for a long time, waiting on parts to arrive. We're working with a Submariner case. This, of course, is a replica that he has supplied me with, but he wants me to make it a little bit better. So we've been waiting on the correct movement to come in. I have waited and waited and waited. And we have in this clone movement. It's very nice. It's going to be going into our build. So we back this back up. Just there we go. Bring this on over just a hair. There we go. Okay, so serious build, right, guys? Yes, very serious build. So we're going to put on some finger cots for this, but first and foremost, I want to make sure that we have everything that we need before we get too involved. Got these hands. And I do want to make sure that these are the correct hands before we proceed. Now, in the event these hands don't work, I'm going to have to give him a 28-24 movement because he wants this watch now. And a 28-24 would be a good replacement for this. So, I'm going to now attempt to put these hands on. Let's see if these hands are correct. So, I'm going to first do that. I want to make sure that the hands fit properly before we get too involved and waste any time on this particular movement. We may have to use another. So I am looking around because I got a very junky desk I need to organize. My bench looks like it got hit by a cyclone. So, but anyway, first and foremost, let's make sure that these are the proper hands. If these are the proper hands, I'm looking at possibly having to reloom them. So first and foremost, I want to see if this fits. Well, kudos, Jim, for that. It just came right through the bottom. Let's put you right there where you need to be. Okay, that kind of looks like that's right. Wish me luck on the second set of hands. These may not be the correct hands after all. It seems like they are. Okay. Really, I just want to see if they're going to fit. Looks so stubborn. I don't think these are going to be the correct hands. So I don't think that's correct at all. Damn. So we got to work through this problem. It seems like that's just correct, though. Seems like that's just so right. But nope, it keeps coming off. And if I have to force it, then that means it's not correct. So we're not going to force this. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to remove those. Because if it won't go, then I'm not going to force it. There's just no way. So we're not going to force anything. So apparently that's not going to work on their assholes. Okay, so we do have these. What is our next available option? Well, let's just take a look and let's see what we have. Our next available option looks like it would be these. I don't know if these are going to work. It seems like if I remember right, these go on a 30-35. But okay, we're going to give it a whirl anyway. Okay. So we're going to go over here, we're going to give this a shot. Let's see. Look at that. Perfect. Those look like they fit. So we've identified the hands that we want to use. So we will use those hands. Cool. So now we know the hands that we want to use. Yahoo. I knew it had to be something because I had bought these hands. Now I got them. Okay. We got the movement. We know what to do with that. Okay. So let me... The heck? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just cover up this movement. Of course, we don't want to mess it up at all. so we have that. We're going to cover up with that and move it out of the way. Alright, so now we got this put back into place. And start working on our dial. The dial I've selected is this dial. It's going to be the best available option. Unfortunately, some idiot took the dial feet off. That's never good. So we're going to have to clean this up a dramatic amount. I think someone tried to do something here. I'm not sure what all happened with this. There we go. Yay. So, okay. We got the right dial now. As far as I know, anyway. So, okay. Since we've got to do this and do this right, I need to pause for a moment. We need to select a crown for this watch. Now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to bring the case back in. It's got hands, we got dial. Now we need to select a crown. Now, crowns I got plenty of as well. I had gone through my Rolex box of parts here, choosing out the right dial. Put that one back in there as well. And memory serves me right, I had a another dial, but I guess I can put it in here to this container with these hands. That doesn't have any feet on it, so there should be another thing. Oh no, that's what it is. There's that dial. Okay, got that all put up. Let's find ourselves some proper crown for this. I'm also very relieved that I won't have to relume anything. These hands, I believe, will be blue just like the others are. Okay, let's see what we got as far as crowns go. Okay, this one may fit. Let's see if it will. Very good. That's a perfect crown. Looks like it's about the right size. Fits in there. Okay, got it. So now we got the crown. So really all I have to do is to remove the stem from it. I used to have some tweezers over here for that. Do not see them at the moment. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. So I'll just go ahead and just come in here, hold them like this. Screw that off. Alright, so I'm taking this stem, probably goes to a 2813. I do have a 2813 here somewhere. So I'm going to stick this in something I will not lose, because I'm fixing to do a second build after this. And I'm going to need a good stem, quite possibly, if things go that way. All right. So yeah, that stem's going to go good. I'm just going to put that on there temporarily for right now. Okay, let's move that off to the side. So now it's time for finger cots. Now that I've got all the parts dry fitted and tested, which mainly the hands, because the rest of it I already know I'm going to have to use thread lock and adhesive. Because once again, the dial feet are missing off of this dial. And that's kind of originally the problem that was with this watch in the first place, was the dial feet broke. This guy's pretty rough with his watches. And I don't agree necessarily with using the adhesive at all. But there's no choice in this matter. He wants this watch by Halloween. He's going out of town on a business trip. He'd like to have his buddy back. And I understand that. So what we're going to do is, for right now, we're going to put this dial on this movement with adhesive. I know, so amateurish, but it's the only way. But we will be coming back. He can buy another dial, and then we can just replace that dial for this 3135 clone, and I will install that. And who knows, he may get an actual dial off eBay. I would say definitely go with that. Because if he gets an actual dial off eBay with good dial feet, one, it won't ever break again, because Rolex is very good with their parts. And number two, it will add more authenticity to his watch, which I don't get. I mean, yeah, I'm a watchmaker. I enjoy making watches. I got replicas, of course. You know, I got plenty of replicas. They're all over the place on here, on my page. You know, the ones that I buy, other people buy, whatever. But I mean, in the end, I learned that you can just have a genuine Rolex, vintage even, if you just don't spend your money on junk and save up for the real deal. And for me, I wanted a Rolex watch so bad, I learned how to build them. And in building them, I got into all this, and now I'm enjoying it. But, okay, enough about that. We all know that you really shouldn't buy replicas because they're junk. But some people. Alright, so we got this dial right here. And we're going to bring out the big guns, because we do have fingerprints on this watch. When you get the oils off there. So I'm going to come here with a Q-tip. We're going to remove as much fingerprints as we can. And with this man does critique his watches a great deal. Well, Rolex doesn't have fingerprints on their dial, and da-da-da-da. Oh, this is off. Rolex didn't have that, da-da-da. Well, you know, no offense to him, but I'm like, buddy, you got a replica. It's not a Rolex. It just looks like a Rolex. And in doing so, you're going to have issues with it, and it's going to be pretty much junk. You know, so no matter what I do to it, people are not going to be happy about it, because it's not what they think it should live up to. But in all honesty, it never will, because it's not the real thing. The quality's not there. The craftsmanship is not there. I mean, it just doesn't have the same skill set. But I get it. I get it. They want it to be. And I get people asking me if I will upgrade their replica to a better movement. Well, sure, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I want you to keep in mind that no matter what I do to it, it still won't be a Rolex. It'll just look like one. I can put a lot of work into these and make them nearly flawless. But in all honesty, they still don't hold a candle to Rolex. I think that looks pretty good right there. Still do see some bits and pieces I can get rid of. Yeah, I think that looks alrighty. All right, so let me pick out the best adhesive I can use. Adhesive. And I know I got some good adhesive somewhere around here. Yeah, here we go. And I really hate doing this. Even on this movement, I really hate doing it. Because this is, may not be real movement, but it's a nice movement. And I really don't want to do this to this movement. Because, I mean, it is nice. I don't care what anyone has to say about what. But when it comes down to it, it's a nice movement. I mean, it really is. So, I do see where I can put my adhesive. Oh, God. Just go ahead and shoot me, people. Go ahead and just shoot me now. Can't believe I'm even freaking doing this. Well, let me guess. This guy's just got to have it. So, okay. There's something there. And some there. Oh, God, the quality control of this. But okay, gotcha. All right, it's there. So yeah. Let's go back up into the picture. See how it looks from the camera point of view. I need to get in on this, see how it looks. That looks pretty well level up to me. As I said, quality, quality, quality. So, okay. That part of it is done. I'm going to have to let this, sit. So, there's nothing more I can really do other than let this dial dry. After this dial dries, I'm going to flip it over and make sure that it is bonded well to the sides as well as the top. And then we put the hands on, clean up the case, put it on there, crown on, voila, watch done, upgraded. Really, guys, I give anyone the best advice on this. Okay, number one, what I just did for this watch was something I had to do. If I had any other way, damn, I would have put it in the correct foot holding circles on the movement and tighten those screws down. But unfortunately, with this watch, his feet broke. And his dial did not match the 3135. His dial fit a 2813. There is a difference in the manufacturing of dials on these replicas. A couple different ones make them. So some dials will only fit a 2813. Some dials will match a 3135. Okay, but they're not interchangeable. Not unless you change the movement ring out. I mean the date ring out. And in order to do that, you have to order the part. It's layered over the original ring and held by adhesive itself. In this case, this should have a date ring interlay on it, so the date ring won't rub up against the dial. Well, that is attached by the feet. Can't do that. There are no feet. So adhesive is the only way to do this. And I'm going to tell this guy exactly what I did here. Like, buddy, hey, we had to use adhesive on this. It's like dial dots that you'll use to replace feet. But hey, this is what we need to do. And I'm going to tell anybody out there, if you get a clone 3135 movement and you want to put it in your watch, you make damn sure that one, that date window is going to fit over that 3135. And number two, make sure you have something with feet on it. This is hinky right here, and I don't like doing it, but it's the only way to get this dial on here without it rattling around. So that's what I had to do. I had another one that had feet on it, but it's for 2813. It is not for this. And I don't have a soldering gun, so I can't solder feet on. And adhesive didn't work. That's been tried before too. So I'm back to using another dial that lines up with the date window, that lines up correctly with this movement. And I just had to use adhesive, but I would not recommend it. So anyone out there that wants me to fix up their watch with a new movement, keep this in mind, okay? And I've had 2 people, 3 people, 4 people ask me this week alone, hey, can you upgrade the movement in my watch? Yes, I can, and the answer to it is it's going to be costly. Number one, we got the cost of the movement, so you're looking at probably about $100, $120 for the clone movement, if you want the good kind. Number two is your dial one that fits a 2813, or is it one that fits a 3135? Now you can tell that pretty easy by removing the dial, and if your calendar ring or date ring on the inside is like a circle, but it's not a complete disc, solid, it's just the ring, kind of like this is a ring, it's probably going to fit a 2813. It's not going to be interchangeable with the dial. If you have a date or calendar ring that's a wheel, kind of like Seiko is, kind of like their wheels are, then yes, it's probably going to take a 3135 movement. So please keep that in mind. Anyone want me to work on their watch, make sure of that. If not, we're looking at, number one, buying new hands for 3135, the 3135 clone itself, and a new dial to display the date correctly through the window. Okay, just throwing that out there. And also, let me throw this out there as well. If you have a new case that you buy, some cases are not the same with their Cyclops. Okay, look at your Cyclops, and I can give you the perfect damn example right here, right now. This one right here. If you see this way the far over here, that's not going to show up with the Rolex window. This is an N35. Your Cyclops should be a millimeter more towards the left. That would line up with that. See how the millimeter is on that? It's like maybe 2 millimeters this way. That's 1 millimeter. So it's not going to show up all the way. So keep that in mind too if you're buying a case. Or if you're going to assemble your own Rolex. Just a helpful little hint. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video right now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to upload this part. After this dries and we have this dial secure, all hinky-like, then we're going to come back and we're going to finish up the project for the day. All right, guys, this is Alabama Deep. I'll catch y'all on part 2. That'll be coming up probably in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, as soon as this adhesive dries and I feel comfortable enough moving it around. All right, guys, I'm out. Bye-bye.